Secret Hitler Man.
Okay,
the worst superhero.
It is I,
not
Secret
what I was
Hitler.
expecting to be coming out.
What's up, YouTube? This is that's what she said. What's up, YouTube? This is Arl Yoshi as usual. I'm Max.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Peter.
I'm Tim.
I'm Endor. I was trying to see if I could interrupt someone prodding me, and it worked.
Yes,
and welcome to Secret Hitler here on Tabletopping.
I don't know what this game is.
I roughly know. Peter, take it away.
Okay. Secret Hitler is more or less a game of politics. Because we're 5-player, we're going to have 2 people in this board who are going to be bad. They're going to be fascists. One will be Hitler, one will be just a generic fascist. The fascist will know who Hitler is, Hitler won't know his friend. Everyone else is liberals. The liberals are trying to enact 4 blue policies, which you can see on that blue piece on the blue kind of board there. Yep. When they get to the 5th one, liberals win. Meanwhile, the fascists will win if either 1, they enact 6 fascist policies, or 2, once they have enacted 4 fascist policies, Hitler is elected chancellor.
Okay.
Also, liberals will also win if you kill Hitler with a bullet. But that's something.
I mean, that's how Hitler died, right? But Hitler's the only one who can kill Hitler.
But he killed himself.
Yeah. So
it wasn't during election. So.
Oh, I'm totally just imagining this election going through. It's like, I vote that. Bam.
I choose to believe the second. I choose to believe the second fascist is Mussolini.
Anyways,
I thought that said, didn't Hitler shoot himself and eat a cupcake?
Right. I'm shuffling this pile here.
That's
These
impressive
cards
if he didn't kill after he shot himself.
Okay. Okay. These cards here, which I don't think I can, for God's sakes.
Okay, are you trying to are you trying to deal 1 to each person or something?
No. I'm trying to explain how this works. These cards here are policy cards.
Uh-huh.
They have fascist and liberal written on them. At the beginning of a turn, someone is going to get elected president. They're going to elect the chancellor. A president will then draw 3 policy cards, discard 1 of them, and give them to their chancellor, at which point the chancellor has to enact 1 of the 2 of them.
Okay.
You are not allowed to speak during this period. That is done for a reason, and you can say what you were given, and you can say what it was, but no one has to believe you, and you can lie about it.
And the cards have to be face down, so only the
they have to be face down, so that only the president handling them.
Only the president knows what gets discarded. Only the president and the chancellor know what the chancellor gets. Though, like you said, the chancellor could say, the president could say, they're not necessarily telling the truth.
Bingo. As fascist policies are enacted, as fascist policies are enacted. On the 3rd one, the president will examine the top 3 cards of the discard pile, which allows him to see what's been going on. Meanwhile, on the 4th and 5th, the president is allowed to kill a player, which he gets the choice. Everyone else can discuss about it, and he can ask, or he can just shoot someone. It's his choice. When a person is shot, they have to reveal who they were. No, they don't reveal who they were. They're just dead. The only time they have to reveal is if they are Hitler, at which point the game ends.
Okay, and for the record, just real quick, so it says, like, the fascists... Oh, thanks for getting rid of that, by the way. The fascists win if Hitler is elected chancellor. Now, could you get into what that means exactly? Because I feel like if it's the fascist's turn to be president, and he's like, I make this guy chancellor, hey, we win. That seems a bit easy.
It seems like only after a certain point in the game.
So here's the thing about how the chancellor works.
Okay.
The president puts his thing down, but whoever's the president, that's what it is. But the president can decide who's going to be chancellor, and then everybody votes on it.
Ah, there you go. Okay,
so it can be turned around. If no chancellor vote passes for 4 turns, it will the next policy will get flipped and played no matter what it is. So on the top of the uncard deck, and presidency will move on.
Okay.
at which point that counter will reset. As well, on the 5th fascist wind, the veto power is unlocked, which will allow, if I recall correctly, I'm just going to check the notebook to double check. Right. The Chancellor, when given cards by the President, can, instead of enacting either of the policies, say, I want to veto this agenda, and if the President allows, both the policy is discarded and the presidency moves on.
And now the presidency, I believe it moves clockwise or something, right?
It does move clockwise, but honestly, we could go either or.
I just mean like in a circle.
Yes, it does go in a circle.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, either way, it goes in a circle. It doesn't matter who. And
it's on a set path. And because of the 5 to 6 player board, we don't have a thing to force that onto someone else.
Okay. For the record, I vote Peter starts as president because he's the most knowledgeable of the game.
It says on here Hitler does know who fascist is for the 5 to 6 players.
Okay, so that is actually... Oh, right.
So
5 to 6. So Hitler does actually know who the other fascist is.
Now, I believe we have to do a thing where it's like, So
if you all press B on your keyboard, you're going to find out you have a blindfold. This hides chat messages and also hides anything going on the screen.
What is this?
That is the little token which is put... If you look... That's the election tracker. That's the 4 things. At the 4th failure for Chancellor voting, it just flips and goes on.
I want to test the chat thing. Peter, say something in chat.
Hang on.
Just whatever. Okay, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. So.
Me too.
Okay, so we cannot type that.
Yeah, so we can't use the chat. Okay, so basically.
In which case, so what'll happen is, we're going in. I'll probably say, fascists. Fascists. Take off your blindfold and draw something on the board. We'll see via the color, and both of you will be able to identify it. And then one of you needs to hit the button that says "Erase all vectored lines." Once you both
where's the button for that?
If you look under the vector paint tool, which is the red thing, and you just click on it, there's a trash can button. Pressing that removes all of them.
All the ones you did.
Okay,
right?
now...
all of them that are on the board entirely.
Now, for the record, first off, Rhino, stop. Second off, what I'm gonna say is, don't just draw, because, just to make sure, draw an arrow pointing to yourself. Just in case, that works. Because Andorb and I have similar colors, and also Tim is color deficient and might get things mixed up if we're
fair enough. So, draw an arrow towards yourself then, and it'll reveal it.
And then,
you have to do that, and I'll do a 10-second countdown. At which point you'll put your blindfolds back up, and then everyone will take them off.
And now, and nobody else draw until we do this. But be ready to.
Yes, please.
Because it's getting annoying having to erase all the arrows so that we don't get confused.
Yes, please. I'd rather not mess this up because this can go really bad.
And I would also like to start the game today. So.
Yes.
All right, is there anything else that we need to do? Or that we need to explain, rather?
Oh, who put shit in the box?
Andorb.
Rhino.
It wasn't me. All I've done is rotate it.
Usually if something random happens, it's Rhino.
Okay, that one may have been me, if only because I didn't know where the dice went. I think I accidentally threw it at the box and it went in.
Okay. That is fine, I guess.
We're missing a dice package. A card package.
Let's see.
We're straight up missing one.
I saw one go in.
I've got one in my hand.
Rhino.
No, it gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so...
I'm putting these back in. I'm going to shuffle this, and then I'm going to deal one to everyone. Your cards, which dictate your role, as well as your voting cards, and your character card are in there. Your role card is different from your character card. If for example, there was a thing on the board that means you had to reveal what role you were, you'd play it out. It will not say if you're Hitler on it, it'll just say if you're a fascist or a liberal. The character card will say if you're Hitler or not. That being said, we don't really have to worry about that right now.
Okay. Now also, just so viewers know, I'm going to black out what I end up being, so you guys aren't going to know what I am.
Listen!
Yeah, and you can just flip it over again in your hand.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm going to look at it, flip it over, and be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and divvy it out. Alright.
Right. So everyone's got that. So what you're going to have to do is actively hold it, drag it out onto the board, and then quickly drag each of the cards out.
Is it bad that we can clearly see everyone else's?
Yeah, okay, we need to...
You can't... You cannot see what it is when they're flipped over. You'll only ever see the back of the card.
Oh, it just says like ballot, secret roll, and stuff on it. So, okay.
Yes, and then if you flip it,
I'm having trouble with this. For some reason,
you should not be able to see what the others say.
What I did was I just moused over it and hit the 4 button.
Okay, you guys can't. You guys can't see my ballot cards flipped over properly. Okay.
We can't see either of them. Once you're done with that, and you've got all your cards, tell me.
I'm good. I've got mine flipped back over. I'm gonna put mine back.
Just drop them in. Yes, Tim, they orient differently.
I'm so lost, dude. I don't
Tim, we've all got 2 orientations.
Check what the card says that has the lizard head on it and the just man. That'll say if you're a fascist, and specifically that will say if you're a
how do I flip it?
Oh,
okay, don't flip it when it's out on the table. Press F when you're mousing over it, it'll flip it over.
Oh, okay.
Don't say out loud what you got, of course. And basically,
Question.
Yes?
Sorry, this is just something I tried to bring up earlier, but it wasn't really commented on. At what point in the game does Hitler being elected chancellor make them win?
Once there's 4 on the board, so if you look on the fascist thing, half of it is darker.
Okay, so once we're in the darker section.
Once there's a policy within that darker area, Hitler being elected chancellor is a win for the fascists.
So there has
just making sure, because here in the notebook it just said late game, and I wanted to make sure I knew what
there has
to
be a policy in there, right?
Yes, there has to be a policy in there.
Okay.
Another note. Whoever was previously elected chancellor cannot be given chancellor again. That's why these previously elected tokens exist.
Okay, so I thought we start with Peter as president, and we just move on, and we just start up.
Okay.
Because I think we should go clockwise, so it'll go to Tim, and then Rhino, and then Endorb, and then me.
Okay. So, everyone, put your blindfolds on.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't see anything right now except a card.
Yes. Good. Fascists, take your blindfold off and draw the arrow in front of you. Fascists, put your blindfolds back on. Everybody, blindfolds off.
Cool.
I was seriously expecting to take this off and still see arrows.
I guess I was about to ask, like, shouldn't Hitler point himself out? But I guess if you're one of 2 fascists, you know if you're Hitler or not.
Due to how this is going, and
you're like,
the fact that there's
it's
only
like
2,
if
you're not Hitler, but a fascist, you know who Hitler is.
Yeah, basically. All right, so So Peter, start us off, President Peter.
Yeah. Okay. So
a Canadian president, as if.
Oh, shut it.
Prime Minister Peter.
And there's no reason to suspect any of you, so I'm going to do the obvious thing and give Chancellor to Max. At this point...
How is that obvious?
Because we're friends. I don't know.
Yes. So, at this point, choose your vote and put it onto the thing face down.
Do I vote?
Once to reveal them. Yes, everybody votes.
Okay. And we gotta put it like right here.
Put them face down, yes.
Alright, so vote on whether or not you're fine with this.
Yes, and on the count of 3, we're all gonna flip them over. Okay? 1,
sure.
2, 3.
Wow, fuck you guys.
Majority rules. Majority rules. Max is chancellor.
Okay. There's no reason to even suspect
the lines are drawn already.
All right, so Endorb, I'm looking at you and Tim, but Endorb is easier to look at.
I draw 3 policies. I'm going to discard one of them.
I was saying no because Peter's vote was biased.
and then I'm going to
give
no those 2 to Max.
Okay, these are, for the record, aren't going to be blacked out for viewers, so they're going to be the viewers will see what I see.
Yes.
Oh, my neck.
By the way, you can make this reveal open, but you cannot show. You can only show what you're placing down. You cannot show what you are also.
Okay,
discarding.
So I discard one and then place one down.
Yes.
Which pile is it? Oh, that's the discard pile.
Discard
And-
is the red-looking one.
Liberal.
Hey, so he's the good boy.
Yeah, there was a fascist and a liberal in there.
And
Or-
I
I
gave
or
choose
he's
whether to
alive.
believe you or not.
I had 2 fascist cards and a liberal, so I gave you a fascist and a liberal to give you a choice.
And I made
don't know
my
if I
choice.
trust either of you.
And
Good
Tom
job,
is disconnected.
This would be a great
What
game to see people in Tumblr play.
Tim, you just disconnected.
Oh wait, I did? What? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
On our
you
end, you
just
did.
disconnected.
But my internet didn't change. What happened?
It might have just kicked you out for some reason. Just join back in and everything.
Rejoin
was-
the game.
Everything
We
was
still can't see your cards because they're in a hand.
yeah, everything
That's
was.
bullshit, dude. My
By
internet's
the way,
Hmm.
am I the only one who sees this random floating question mark in front of Peter?
No, that's definitely there.
A random floating question.
I don't
mark?
see it.
Oh, no, oh, you mean like
Oh
his
my-
cards?
My hand is, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. I see it too.
Well,
That I don't.
I can
see.
actually grab
I
it.
don't see
Look.
that.
That's
the floating question
that's
mark
the
is
die.
a model that's not loading or a model that is not visible. But
And
there isn't one there on my end.
And for the
it isn't
record,
there for
that
Max.
the model that you guys can't see is the die.
Why is there
Oh.
a
No,
die?
the dice is right here. Can you
I don't
see
know why.
the
I don't know why there's a D10 here.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
the
just move
D10
on.
is very rarely used. I still don't know why it's here. Right. So.
Are you gonna shoot one of us?
He can't do that yet.
I take that. Previously elected goes to Max, and Chancellor goes to Tim. Tim, it is now your opportunity to give Chancellor to somebody.
Now, for the record, the
then we
previously
vote on
elected
it.
chancellor cannot be chancellor again. Can the previously elected
Yes.
president be chancellor?
Yes, he can be.
Okay, then why do we?
So I just choose who I want to be
The
right now?
previously elected president thing exists because in the normal play, there's a thing where a presidential power that can happen where the president can choose up another person to make president. They can't make the last president.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Just
Well,
choose whoever you want to be chancellor.
I'll pick Endor.
Yay. Wait, this just makes it so suspicious because we both voted no.
It does. Thank you for pointing that out.
So, do I cast my vote or just wait for you guys?
You
Yeah,
all-
everyone casts a vote. Everyone
Yeah,
gets
but just don't flip it over yet.
Okay.
Now I wish I pointed that out after the vote.
3, 2, 1, flip. Right.
Hey.
Wow,
it.
I know.
Look, he pointed out a good thing.
I decided
He did, but
it's
so
too
early
it's
in the game that won't really.
it's too
affect
early to
stuff.
suspect people. I don't hold grudges.
Right. So Tim,
Yes.
Some-
draw 3 policy cards from the blue thing. An easy way to do this is right-click it and choose the draw option and press it 3 times.
Actually, or just hover over it and press
And
3 on your
press
keyboard.
3.
3 on your keyboard.
That also works.
So just hover
Okay.
over it, press 3 on your keyboard.
And so, do I flip these over so Endor can look at them?
You look at you see what they are for yourself. You choose one to discard face down. You give the remaining 2 to Endor,
Still face down.
and then he will choose
Okay.
which one to enact.
Okay, so I will discard this one, I guess.
You can try to say what they are. You're not allowed to show us, and we can choose whether or not to believe you.
Okay, Endor, here you go.
Okay.
And second card.
Was the order suspicious at all?
Guys, I think one of them was a Green Party card.
Hmm.
I voted purple. That's what centrists do. Oh, what?
Liberal.
2 liberal
Okay.
cards.
Hey.
Now I'll take this.
Cool. So that went without a hitch. So we
So
still
now,
have no reason to suspect.
Rhino is president.
Huzzah.
Yes, Rhino's president. And he
President Rhino. Rhino cannot also. You cannot elect the president as the chancellor.
I just threw it on there for him to deal with.
All right, so Rhino, who do you want?
I mean,
to
isn't that what happens if Hitler wins? He kind of takes over the government.
I am president. I am chancellor. I am God.
I nominate Peter as chancellor.
All right, sure.
Where's
Alright.
Palpatine so we can elect him?
You mean electrify him?
Oh, for God's sakes.
Boo.
On the count
Boo!
of 3, everybody flip
We're voting
your
on whether or not Peter should be Chancellor, not
One.
how good my joke was.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta change my vote then.
Funny. 1, 2, 3.
Well, hey, it was funnier than his.
Peter, why did you vote against yourself being Chancellor?
Because I'm weird.
Yes, you are!
If he's the fascist and Rhino isn't the fascist, that way he doesn't have to take the blame if he puts in fascist
I
policy.
guess?
Nobody can say I hate Canadians because I voted yes on Endor.
Yeah, I'm not racist against Canadians. I have a Canadian friend.
3 of them.
No, let's be honest. You have 2 Canadian friends and then me. We don't know where I stand. We don't know where I stand.
By the way, just gonna say this now. Don't shuffle any of the policy decks or something in between because that actually messes with stuff.
Yeah, no shuffling.
Okay, Peter, what will you choose?
Flip.
I wasn't given a
Oh,
choice.
Dun dun.
Oh,
I wasn't given a choice. Rhino, care to explain?
I mean, what do you want? I had to get the odds.
What
at
did you
some
draw?
point. Freaking 3 fascist cards.
Oh,
I mean, we've been
Oh.
drawing like a lot of liberals, so
we have
Peter,
this.
he
It's
set you up.
inevitable. There's more fascist cards than there
It's
are
less
liberal
setting him
cards.
up and being more just kind of shrugging and saying, well, it had to happen eventually.
Well, Endor's president now.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Endor is president. But
I'm
yeah,
President
there's
Endor.
more fascist cards than there are liberal cards, so that's actually more likely to happen than you might
So who will
realize.
you elect, Endor?
Well, my first policy as president is to make ice cream subsidized. My second policy is to elect Yosh as chancellor, because why not?
No one wants Chancellor Tim.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, because I was his chancellor, so it would smell of conspiracy.
Hey. It's fine.
So now I draw 3.
no, we vote first on if I'm Chancellor or not.
Oh yes.
What happens if someone has voted no?
Then we just skip.
And we
If
pick
someone's
someone else.
voted no, then what happens is,
We
if I
literally just
recall
move
correctly,
on.
presidency moves on, and then
Yeah, we
Okay.
basically skip the turn.
Cool. When do we shoot people?
Later.
when oh, for God's
I
sake.
think Tim's a fascist.
Yeah, flip.
Just flip it over. Everybody flip.
Just flip.
This is for your joke.
Oh
Oh, okay. Wow, okay, fuck me, I guess. But that's fine because now I'm president, so I went from chancellor to president. I think this is an upgrade.
Yes, notice, no, previously elected does not shift.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
They only shift on success.
Okay, alright. Well, as president, for my first order of business, I'm going to change it from president to prime minister because I'm Canadian. For my second order of business, I'm going to make Tim the chancellor.
Hey. I mean, neutral.
I trust the Tim.
The Tim.
The
I
Tim.
honestly, I'm feeling sketchy of either Endor or Max right now.
Peter, you
because
made me your chancellor!
I'm saying this because Endor went straight to Max instead of doing Tim, so at this point...
I
it was
put
having
a
someone
liberal card in!
Yes,
I
but
said
you
I
could have been
didn't-
hiding. You could
You
be
could
playing the late game.
Yeah, you could have been tripping us up
Anyways,
there.
anyways,
I said
guys,
I didn't want to choose
3,
him because he chose
2,
me.
3, 2,
1, flip.
Hey!
Peter, seems you're alone in your suspicions.
Ah, you get to be chancellor.
Alright, so I take 3 and I do the thing?
Yes,
I-
you take
yeah,
3
you-
new ones,
you-
and then you draw it out. Yep.
You give me 3 cards and we'll see what happens.
You give him 2 cards, but yes.
Right. Draw 3 cards, give me 2. That's 1. That's 2.
Now remember, there's supposed to be
This is
relative
a
silence during this
fantastic
part.
game.
Yeah, no talking.
Okay.
Oh.
He gave me 2 of these.
I drew 3 of them.
Okay. I guess that's where
Hey,
they
Rhino,
were.
remember what happened to you?
The game wants to make itself interesting.
The game's like,
Yes.
I'm bored.
So
Time for
nothing's
late game.
happened just yet.
Is that
Okay,
a
so-
slice of cake on the third one?
So, back to
No,
President,
that's
Peter.
a sign for cards.
back to President Peter.
Yes.
President Pita.
I thought it was a ballot box.
No, that's meant to
I thought
be
it was
like
I thought it was a
drawing card
Minecraft
from
grass
deck.
block.
Right. So
Peter is
right
President
now,
Chancellor.
I really don't want to give this to Max right now. I don't know.
If it helps, I haven't been Chancellor.
Yeah, but you're the other person who put in a fascist card.
Rhino's tried to make himself Chancellor. That seems suspicious.
Yeah,
It's not even late game.
Also, I almost
You'd be
accidentally stole a card
surprised
from
how
your
dangerous
hand.
we're at already.
One more
It's
fascist
not
card and bad
real-
things happen.
No,
Well, that's
two
not
more
a good
fascist
thing.
cards.
Yeah, one more
Two more
fascist.
bad things
Technically,
happen.
one more fascist card and good things happen because we can start figuring out who's who, more or less,
Yes.
or at least who's lying.
Right now, I'm still neutral with Endorb, honestly. Like, out of the
Yay.
options I have,
Well, oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. I gotta flip it first.
yeah,
You fool.
That was almost a bad.
right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hmm.
Hey,
Right,
I'm.
that's
elected.
him.
I'm gonna keep quiet about my suspicions for now. Actually,
Isn't this a silent period?
I mean, it's just the guys who are doing the cards have to be silent. The rest of us can chit chat.
What's there to talk about other than we're floating in space with these banners around us?
I mean, look, man, this space was expensive
Why are there these banners here?
because
Don't know.
because
Remember to
politics.
flip them over before you put them out, Endorb.
Ah!
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
I got
So what
given
happens?
3.
So now
So I get to look at the top 3 cards of the discard pile and see what lies have been going on.
It's probably gonna be a lot of red.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm imagining so.
Because there have been 9 red cards in a row somehow.
999.
I mean,
That was
if
literally all red. So there has
Okay.
not been a liberal
Only the
discard.
president gets to see them.
I think this
Yep,
game is
only
a
I can see them.
fascist.
And he just chose to
Right.
tell us.
Now, I will point out,
Do we believe it?
we're at a point where we don't have enough for another thing. So the discard pile gets put gets shuffled and put at the bottom of the policy deck.
You have to.
Oh,
you have to
okay.
hold for a bit. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not like Uno where cards are infinite.
No, we do have to actually go through. That was not optimal. Right, presidency going on to Tim again.
Are you sure it's not optimal for you, Peter?
Okay.
You are inconspicuous Hoovy,
Okay.
and the heavy is Russian, and Russia's close to Germany, right?
Oh, for God's sakes.
it's closer than anywhere else we can say we're from, kind
Let's
of.
see.
I'm from the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm a Yoshi.
Fuck's sake.
Max has been very loud about the fact that he's not been picked for chancellor, and that brings some
Actually,
suspicion
I've
on him.
literally never said that.
Yeah.
Actually, I've said that all I did was say, Peter, you picked me for Chancellor. I've in fact said the exact opposite. I'm calling you out on your bullshit, Tim.
Well, I'm still voting for Rhino.
Yes, I am quite sure about that. I don't care if you don't pick me for Chancellor. I'm just calling out your reasoning. You're spreading lies and slander.
Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1, flip.
Yay.
Everyone but Max picks for Rhino.
For the record, Rhino,
It
that
was
was not.
revenge for my vote against his joke.
For the record, Rhino, that wasn't against you. It was against Tim because now I'm very suspicious of him because he's trying to cast suspicion on me. Also, Peter, you're robotic.
Okay, so
Oh, for God's sakes, hold on.
I have to discard one of these cards. Oh wow.
Yeah, make sure it flipped.
Yep. So
This
discard
goes
one
into the discard pile.
and give the others to Rhino.
Let's see what you choose, Rhino.
I actually might have to black. Fascist gets 3 liberal cards. Curses in German. I actually might not black out stuff on my screen because I would have to be blacking out every single time I draw any cards ever. So I think people will know that.
Okay, cool. So I can control it from my center.
Mm-hmm. What's
Yes,
your
that
choice?
center is a representation, which is
Why were you about to give it to Endorb?
because he pulled from
my
the center
center
where
is
his
over
camera
the
was.
board.
Mm,
He wanted me to see what he voted for and all. Well, not voted for.
What's your choice?
Liberal.
Hey,
Okay.
liberal boy!
yeah, we finally got a liberal card.
Rotate it. Rhino.
Yeah. Is there like a keyboard shortcut for
Q and E.
rotate?
Q and E. And
Okay,
I recommend
so-
setting your rotation degrees, which is a button at the top of the screen, to 90.
Rhino is now president.
It's right next to the guy lifting stuff.
Just give him everything! Everything!
No, okay, for God's sakes.
You flipped it. Okay, Rhino's president. Who will he pick?
Cool, I have all the plaques. Alright, I shall elect Max as Chancellor. Because obviously he was secretly complaining about not being a Chancellor.
Or something.
Or something.
Okay.
Put in your votes, folks.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, flip.
No. I will not be Chancellor! I will not take the blame for your actions, Rhino!
You know what's funny? I elected you and I still voted no.
That just means you don't want to be president.
No, that was me just doing it for the hell of it.
Oh, for God's sakes.
So,
Right.
yeah, for the
Endorb
record,
gets to choose
I chose
Chancellor.
no because I'm suspicious of Rhino and I don't want him to freaking...
You could gain. You say
What's suspicious of me?
you could say this game has a lot of pence.
Ah!
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Pence is
Moving
vice
on.
president.
Oh. Yeah, you know what I voted.
Whatever.
Okay,
down.
whatever. So that's one vote we know of.
Okay, everyone flip.
All but Max. Max
I-
doesn't like me today.
I'm suspicious of that entire corner, for the record.
We're all the corner! You're the only one not in this corner!
I meant I'm
You're suspicious.
I meant I'm
Okay,
suspicious of
if-
Tim and Rhino.
Okay, Endor, give me your cards. See if the bad stuff starts to happen.
I now discard one, right?
Yeah, you get rid of one, give me
Yep,
two.
discard one, flip them over, give them both to Tim. And Tim, discard first and then play after.
No, you have to actually give them to me. Okay, close enough.
You can put them on the field as well, that also works. Just so long as they're face down and no one can see them.
Can you imagine if you
This
accidentally
shit
like
show.
saw someone's hand while playing this and you just found their role?
Oh, that would be the worst, which is why you should really flip over your party membership so the back facing up, even if it does happen. Oh, another not fascist, liberal.
Fourth liberal card.
Oh, we're so close! And I am Presidente!
Wrong side of the border,
Yeah.
Max.
Huh?
Alright.
You're north of the border, that's south of the border.
Oh.
Oh, that is true.
Alright, okay.
You have to choose a chancellor.
I'm gonna make our Chancellor be...
You have a choice between Endor, me, and Rhino.
Unless
And-
you want to make me again,
Endorb.
No, you can't.
but he could.
No, we're not fascist enough for it yet.
Alright.
Okay, let's see this vote.
Right now, the liberal policies are probably going to be really low.
Yeah. Alright.
3, 2, 1, flip.
Oh, Endor is
Yay.
Chancellor.
is the Chancellor.
I am tired of Endorb in office. 4 more years of Tim.
One more time.
Liberals are winning right now.
Okay,
Yeah, liberals need one more policy to win, but fascists, if they get another one, can put a bullet in this one.
Oh, suspense. Well,
Which
we win right
means
here.
giving Max bullet power.
Endor, what you
He
do,
can kill somebody.
Max, Endor, what you do here will determine everything.
So if I put in a fascist policy, someone dies. If I put in a
If you
liberal
put in a
policy,
fascist
liberals
policy,
win.
somebody dies. If you put in a liberal policy, the liberal wins.
Yeah, if you play a liberal policy, the game ends.
Okay.
What's it gonna be?
Are you guys ready?
Okay.
We
Love it.
win!
Yay!
Damn it.
Nobody
Damn
got
it.
shot.
Who was hit?
I was Hitler.
I knew it! Okay, Peter, were you a fascist?
Yes, look, I put my card in front of me.
Okay, I was liberal. Now, for the record, I knew Rhino and Peter were suspicious because
Yeah, I
Joseph,
wasn't
though.
favoring him at all.
no, here's the thing. Peter, at one point, drew the card. He got the cards. He was either Chancellor or President. He got the cards. He was looking through them for a while, and then later said, "Oh, they were all fascists." Like, if they were all fascists, you would have taken one glance at them, discarded one.
They were. They actually were all fascist.
Then I was right for the wrong reasons. I'll take it.
Yes, you actually were.
I knew
This is how this
Peter
game
for sure.
works.
I knew for sure Peter was a fascist, and I knew either Tim or Rhino were. I was more suspicious of Rhino. Tim I was only suspicious of because he was constantly trying to put suspicion on me. And
Wait,
for the record,
why was I suspicious?
because you were, because first off, you tried to make me the Chancellor, and I was like, people have been shit-talking me for a while, and now he's trying to make me the Chancellor. He's gonna try to pin blame for something on me.
I was doing that for just completely innocuous reasons. I was just like, people are complaining about Max supposedly wanting to be Chancellor. Let's make him Chancellor.
Okay, so now what?
Another thing I want to say, by the way.
Now we do a new game if we want to.
Well, first I want to say, in that very last thing, I got 2 fascist cards and a liberal card. I discarded 1 fascist card, so Endor was literally choosing between fascist and liberal, and I was just like, if he chooses fascist, I'm going to just kill him.
Yeah,
I was so gutted.
I had a point where I got 2 fascists and a liberal card that I could have rigged it against Endor.
Let it be known, by the way, the first time I gave cards to my Chancellor Peter, I gave him 2 fascist cards because I discarded the liberal one.
Yeah,
and I just told you guys they were all 3 fascists.
Yeah, I had a feeling you did that, honestly.
Alright, now, for the record, okay, so, Rhino, you were Hitler?
I was Hitler.
Die.
Rhino was Hitler, yes.
Die.
There's no fascist.
Ah!
Oh!
That scared me.
Whoosh. Boom, boom.